These are all my thoughts and opinions based on public information out there. Please do your own research, and this is for entertainment purposes only. I'm going to make another disclaimer. I'm not a Sussex Squad. I'm not a sugar. I'm not. So people, whenever for some reason it has gotten to the point that if you voice a different opinion to somebody else's, you're immediately discarded. We know we're in this cancel culture, but it doesn't work with me. And I will say something that's been bothering me. And please, I encourage, we can all have a conversation about it. What I have loved the most about Prince William is the fact, or the royals, is the fact that they use their platform to promote their own thing and to highlight causes that need highlighting without telling people what to do. I think that this is one of the things that people are put off from Harry and Meghan. This bloody sanctimonious thing of telling you what to do, how you should live your life, how you should spend your money, how you must think, how you must do. It's people got fed up saying, what gives you the right? Shut up and just, be quiet. So for me, Prince, and another thing, people also try to make excuses. Oh, well, he didn't mean to say that. Harry didn't mean to say that. Or Meghan didn't mean to say that. They meant to say this. Then why didn't they say that? Now, you all know that I absolutely love Prince William. But in my very humble opinion, his comment was not warranted for many, many reasons. By him saying, that the great minds should be thinking on how to save planet Earth instead of doing something to go up on space, I found it myself very naive, entitled, and out of place. Given the fact, number one, that people say, oh, he didn't say a name, but the only one doing it is Jeff Bezos. So if there's only one person doing it, who is he taking a swipe? And let's not forget that Prince William has inherited his place on Earth. He has inherited his wealth. Jeff Bezos earned everything he has, and he is putting his own money where his mouth is. Jeff Bezos, since 2000, for quite a few years, has been donating about $400 to $500 million a year to different serious environmental organizations so they can work and find resources and stuff. And since 2019, he pledged $10 billion. He pledged to give $1 billion a year away. And it makes me wonder whether Prince William got his idea from him, because it is a good idea, which is great, And guess who got $4.2 million out of Jeff Bezos? The Earth Shop Prize. They got that money from them. And not after Prince William's comment. They had donated that money much earlier on, okay? So you don't bite the hand that feeds you. That is very ungrateful. I find that very low class for him to say that the great mind should only think about how to fix the Earth and not how to go into space. That's absolutely narrow-minded extremist and telling a self-made man where to spend or how to use his own money. And a lot of you will come to me, well, he didn't say not to spend the money, but how do you get people to go there? How are these great minds coming up by sending people up, to space? With money. So he's telling basically Jeff Bezos, instead of you giving money here, do it here, which is wrong. This is like me telling you people, if I see you at a restaurant and I tell you, you shouldn't be going to restaurants until the hunger on earth is eradicated. We shouldn't be, then if we're going to be that extreme, you can't go to your fucking restaurant and also help the poor, you know what I mean? Without feeling guilty about it. Jeff Bezos is giving way more of his own money to help the environment without the fanfare that Prince William is doing. Prince William rightly and greatly, he has a more public platform, and if also actually Jeff Bezos has that public platform, but he didn't want to highlight it onto himself. You know what I mean? He's given the dough, which is what is mostly needed. I mean, and I understand what Prince William is doing, but at the same time, he shouldn't be telling people what to do. Highlight, and I'm not going to tell him what to do. I'm just saying that I don't agree with what he said, what he's done, and that he has a huge responsibility, and he shouldn't be falling in the same category as Harry and Meghan, preaching to people what to do. I don't know if it has gone to his head now that he thinks that he's going to now be telling people what to do because he's gotten into this bandwagon, which is it's a very slippery slope. Now, I have spoken out against the COPA thing, that the thing in Glasgow that I think is ongoing. Right now it's in the news that Biden is attending with his 46th vehicle motorcade. How do you think that motorcade gets over to Glasgow? By boat? No, they fly, all of that. Imagine the huge back and forth. Imagine the huge carbon print that does. And all of these leaders that are flying over there, huge carbon footprint. Why don't they lead by example? Why isn't Prince William criticizing that and asking that instead of all these leaders flying over to Glasgow, why don't they hold a virtual conference? Why do they all need to fly, creating this unnecessary carbon footprint, security nightmare, waste and everything? Instead of him urging, you know what? We would love to attend, but we will attend by video conference. To lead by example. He's not doing that. He's not doing that. And what's more hypocritical is that he lives in a glass house because the Queen lobbied the Scottish Parliament to be exonerated or exempt from upgrading all of her private castles from the green energy bill. I mean, and Prince Charles, oh my God, Prince Charles talking how he makes the sacrifice of eating fish once a week or something like that. I mean, people nowadays, I have a charity, guys. I can tell you, my charity, I mean, I don't think it's anything by the stretch of the imagination that they have. But I try to help as many people as possible. And I can tell you that some people eat once a day. Sometimes they go, and it breaks my heart. So when I see Prince Charles talking how sympathetic he is and how he understands Insulate Britain, who's basically saying that they were going to stand on the M25 and not let an ambulance with your loved one go through to prove a point, while most of them haven't even insulated their own homes because it's too costly, while holding everybody up, and that he sympathizes with them. Yeah, he went later on and said, I don't agree. Maybe they should go better about it. He should have said, no, I don't agree with him. There's better ways to go about fixing the environment, and disrupting others is not. I can tell you, if my mom or my son, knock on wood, were on the back of an ambulance, no, I shouldn't say that. And those fuckers are sitting on the other end trying to stop my mom or my son going into the hospital. Somebody will die and will not be my son nor my mom. So, but it's the hypocrisy of it all. They're willing, and I can tell you that Prince William with Prince Charles and the Queen are not going to fly in the same plane when they go to Glasgow for many obvious reasons, right? Their security detail is coming with, it's a huge carbon footprint. He's doing, it's like, I don't know. He's doing this Earthshot Prize tomorrow, which is great. It really is great. I like it that he's highlighting that. And he's making it a big point that he's not bringing people who had to fly to do the event, right? That's great. But then follow through with everything else that you do. Follow through. Prince Charles has not seen the inside of a commercial flight for at least 20 years. This man has been flying private everywhere. He even took an air helicopter to go 70 miles, instead of driving it in his cheese and wine car, which would have been more environmentally friendly. So I'm not bashing, but Prince William, in my opinion, was wrong to criticize a man while taking his money. Don't take his money. Have some principle. Have some self-respect. Don't be like Prince Harry and Meghan, telling people what to do and what they shouldn't do. if you want to take it to that extreme, then don't take any planes. Don't drive cars. Bicycle everywhere. Don't go eat at restaurants. Don't have so many mansions. You don't need it. So people can do both things at the same time. For me, I loved seeing Captain Kirk go taking off space. It's something that is my luxuries. It would be like me telling you what to do with your money. It's like me criticizing you for something. I don't know what you do. I can tell you, for example, that when I work in my farm, I get up at 4:30 in the morning and I work really hard. By midday, the sun, it's really killing me. It's really hard. And the first thing I want to do, and I usually ask the person who works, one of my workers, to put one of the beer 2 hours before I come back, because they know I always come back around midday, on the fridge. So it's really cold. So that's my luxury, to have that. First, I don't drink the whole beer, but it's just that first swig when you're completely drenched. Can you imagine somebody telling me, "Oh, that's a luxury. You shouldn't be doing that because you should be drinking a couple of swigs of your beer because there's somebody else who's doesn't have that." Jeff Bezos is giving way a lot more money. No, he's giving his money to save the environment. Prince William is not giving any of his money. He's giving his time, which is very valuable. He's lending his platform, which is very valuable. And he got money from Jeff Bezos, which is really valuable and is appreciated. And instead of criticizing the man who's doing more with his own money to help the environment, he should say, "Thank you, sir." And if he needed to say something about that, he should have said, "That's great that they're doing it. And, it's also great that they're working with the environment, because I also know that he's giving money here and there," instead of, in my very humble opinion, doing what his brother does, what Prince Harry does, which is tell everybody else what to do with their own things and think he's above everybody else, because Prince William is not above everybody else. I mean, they flew to France for a wedding. Why didn't they have the wedding in London or England? I mean, we could go to extremes. The whole point is that now Prince William is going to extremes while he still has a big glass house to sort out in his own family. You know what I mean? I mean, it boggles the mind, and he should lead by example and not go to Glasgow. Instead, urge all these other world leaders to do virtual conferencing instead. But that's just my opinion. And I wanted to say something, I'm not a sugar, guys, but I found that very, very hypocritical of him to say that. If he were putting his own money, he doesn't have as much money as Jeff Bezos. But and I know a lot of you are going to say, "But Jeff Bezos is a billionaire." So what? He's earned it. So what? And he's giving it away. He is giving it away. He's giving more money than Bill Gates, by the way. And he's actually been doing this for quite a few years, just quietly. He never called attention. But these organizations and many, many government, not only government organizations, but independent environmental organizations have been benefiting from his money. And it's his money that he's given away. So, and I know what it feels like, because I support my charity. I don't get charitable money from anybody. I do it on my own whenever I can. I mean, I really struggle, but I do it myself, So I do know. I mean, I wish I had the money from Jeff Bezos. I would do so many things with it, but I wouldn't criticize him. And I give him kudos, and also to William Shatner, because God damn it, 90 years of age. And just to close it, the Queen looks so beautiful today. I mean, she looks so pretty in blue. I really love her. I think she's the greatest. I really do. But no, I love Prince William, but he should be grateful, careful, and stop preaching. Because, God knows the world already has a Prince Harry. What do you guys think? Please, if you leave your opinions, let's engage in comments and stuff that are positive, and no sophistry. This is not a hate thing. And this is something that was on my chest, because I found that really disrespectful. Because if it were me, I've done many things in my life, or you guys, can you imagine if you're eating out at a restaurant and you have people outside, "Oh, you rich pig," just because you're eating at a restaurant, and it's happened, on how can you be eating out? Well, there's world hunger out there, It's people should stop preaching, should be thankful of what people are doing. And that's just my very humble opinion. What do you guys think?